Coming to you from our Aerospark studios here in Windhoek. This is the Tuesday edition of Primetime News. A warm welcome to our global audience, and for the next 25 minutes I will be unpacking headline-grabbing events from within and beyond our borders. I'm Michael Madimba. Tonight's newscast commences with the latest update on the tragic incident that occurred at Oshakati this past Sunday, when 44-year-old security guard Ruben Abraham was reportedly attacked by 5 dogs while on his way home from work. The 5 Rottweiler dogs that viciously attacked him, leading to his death, were put down on Monday. More on this tragic incident. Deputy Commissioner Theophilus Kamati of the Oshana Namibian Police Force on Monday said that all the dogs were put down following the attack on 44-year-old Ruben Abraham early on Sunday morning. Since this incident, another man was also attacked by the same dogs while coming from work, Kamati added. This victim escaped unharmed. Abraham was attacked by the 5 dogs at a business area in Oshakati while he was on his way home from work. The dogs belonged to a 42-year-old Chinese businesswoman. Abraham died Sunday in the Oshakati State Hospital's intensive care unit where he was admitted. He said a case of murder has been opened against the owner of the dogs and police investigations continue. We extend our deepest sympathies to the affected family on this tragic incident. Turning our attention to the education sector, the Minister of Education, Arts and Culture says the overall recruitment of teachers into the public service is at the discretion of the Prime Minister as the employer on the recommendation of the Public Service Commission. This came to the fore when Acting Executive Director in the Ministry, Knox Otto Imbua, responded to demands by unemployed teachers in the Kavango East and West regions for mass recruitment with immediate effect. Sawi Ausiko, our correspondent in the Kavango regions, compiled the story.
The unemployed education graduates in a media statement demanded for interviews to be abolished and for the ministry to build more classrooms before the end of this financial year, while threatening to close down regional education offices if issues are not addressed in 14 days. In response to the demands of the unemployed education graduates, Acting Executive Director in the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Knox Imbua, said the ministry is obliged to recruit its personnel in accordance with applicable laws and policies, noting that the majority of education students are graduating in fields of specialization that are already saturated, creating an oversupply of teachers in certain fields of study. The acting ED further refuted allegations by the unemployed education graduates that there are over 2,000 children under the age of 16 without spaces in schools, and that 70 to 80% of schools across the country are understaffed. Reporting for Primetime News, Ishmael Mukvonda.
On to some positive developments within the Home Affairs Immigration Safety and Security portfolio. Minister Dr. Albert Kawana says the ministry is currently engaging stakeholders regarding the features and use of the e-identity document, as well as assessing its benefits towards their respective institutions. Kawana recently revealed the Bank of Namibia and other financial institutions are fully in support of the introduction of the National Electronic ID cards, with Cabinet having recently approved the introduction. Andreas Thomas filed this insert.
The Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security said the electronic IDs will make it easier and faster for stakeholders to identify and authenticate the identities of their clients. In addition, the eID will provide digital signatures to simplify transactions. The ministry went on to say that the eID cards have already been introduced in numerous countries in America, Europe and Asia. The electronic identity document will include personal information such as medical records, a driver's license, a birth certificate, biometrics, and a voter's card.
On to updates from neighboring South Africa. The family of South African anti-apartheid struggle hero Nelson Mandela revealed earlier today his granddaughter Zoleka Mandela died of cancer aged 43. Zoleka had been known for having shared a long battle against the disease. A family spokesman revealed the author was admitted into hospital yesterday as part of her ongoing treatment. Once more, we extend our heartfelt sympathies to the late icon's family.
Late Zoleke Mandela was the child of Mandela's youngest daughter, Zenzi Mandela, and her first husband. The family said recent scans revealed significant progress in the cancer that affected her hip, liver, lung, pelvis, brain, and spinal cord. We mourn the loss of a beloved grandchild of Mom Winnie and Mandiba, the Nelson Mandela Foundation wrote on social media, using the name by which the Nobel Peace Prize laureate was fondly known. Her work in raising awareness about cancer prevention and her unwavering commitment to breaking down the stigma surrounding the disease will continue to inspire many, her family said.
That concludes the top stories for the Primetime News segment. Stay tuned for the business segment. Welcome to the Primetime B segment, your ultimate destination for all things business and economics. Now, the annual Windhoek Industrial and Agricultural Show is Namibia's flagship exhibition event on the Namibian business calendar. It attracts a multitude of established as well as emerging business players within the country. It serves as a marketing and promotional as well as engagement forum for businesses and the existing potential markets. This year's edition commenced on a rather slow note on Friday last week, but is expected to garner more numbers as the week progresses. Nampa TV's production crew, consisting of my producer Lydia Pitiri and my co-anchor Ishmael Mukubonda, are currently on the ground at the show and captured today's scenes. In this insert, we take a look at the Namibian Aviation Training Academy, exhibiting at this year's show. Abner Amkwaya is the Academy's marketing and promotion manager and says the entity is a wholly Namibian-owned academy providing aviation courses.
I'm a pilot by profession. I've been now in the flying industry for almost 16 years now. Flew for the national airline and of course worked for this similar company for quite a long time. And then I'm one of the owners of this company. If you know this company, it was actually first and foremost established in 1999, full operation in the year 2000 in Keetmanshoop. And what you can see here in front of you is the layout of Keetmanshoop Airport. So this company has been in operation now since 2000 until to current. So it was previously owned by foreigners, but it was now currently owned by Namibians of origins. When I'm saying Namibians, I'm saying Namibians of this skin color. So it's I'm deliberately saying Namibians of this color like mine for the people to understand that despite the fact that we are not light in complexions, we are also in the same industry, because one of the things that you will realize is that Namibians, after the closure of the national airlines, they are quite upset that we don't have anything in terms of flying. So just to inform the Namibians that we are here. And what we basically do in the Namibian Aviation Training Academy, we specialize in training, of which we got three major training courses that are taking place. So one is aircraft training, the other one is helicopter training, of which it's first of its kind in the history of Namibia. Nobody else does the training of helicopter in Namibia. We are the first to own or to get the approval for helicopter training in the country, as well as technical training or aircraft maintenance engineers in the country. So we are the only one that basically do helicopter training and aircraft maintenance engineering, training in the country.
The courses are fully funded by NASFAF, and according to Amkwaya, the courses on offer are tailored in a manner that dovetails with Namibia's future aspirations within the various booming sectors such as oil, gas, green hydrogen, to mention a few.
The listeners and viewers out there, they should understand that should they require themselves or have an interest to become pilots or future aircraft engineers, they should be able to apply to NASFAF. They will get the money, provided they have met the academic requirements and stuff like that. And I encourage young people out there, especially with the discovery of hydrogen gas and oil in the sea, we require more pilots, because now you can imagine how many people are going to be ferried to the sea, into the sea and all that, especially helicopter pilots. As I said to you, we deliberately took this opportunity to have an approval for helicopter training, just to answer to the government need of helicopter pilots in the country versus now the discovery of hydrogen gas. So Namibian Aviation Training Academy, irrespective that we own it privately, we listen to what our government is also envisioned to achieve. So we are working parallel with the Namibian government.
Let's now turn our attention to the weather forecast, followed by your Econ Roundup. Welcome to Sport Planet, your go-to segment encapsulating sport in action. Kickstarting the segment is continental football. Morocco and Algeria are favored to be named hosts of the 2025 and 2027 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments respectively, with an announcement to be made in Cairo on Wednesday. Now, both countries are seeking to stage the 2025 edition of the premier African sporting event, along with Zambia and a joint Nigeria-Benin bid. Algeria also entered the 2027 contest, as did Botswana, Egypt, Senegal, and a combined Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda challenge. After a number of deadlines passed without the hosts being revealed, a senior Confederation of African Football official revealed that 2 hosts will definitely be named on the 27th of September. Executive committee members will vote after studying independent appraisals of each 2025 and 2027 candidate, but politics and the promise of regional rotation have complicated matters. North African neighbors Algeria and Morocco have an adversarial political relationship, which entered the football arena this year. On to La Liga. Real Madrid coach Carlo Ancelotti earlier today dismissed doubts about his team and tactical setup after they fell to their first defeat of the season in the Madrid derby. Now, Los Blancos won their first 6 games, 5 in La Liga and 1 in the Champions League, but were comfortably beaten 3-1 by rivals Atletico Madrid on Sunday at the Metropolitano. Ancelotti told a news conference, "I have to evaluate things with balance. Equilibrium is important. Luckily, in my genetics, I have that. Putting everything in doubt when you've won 6 games out of 7, it seems a bit rash." The coach said Madrid needed to be self-critical after stumbling against Atletico, but that he had made a different evaluation to many of his critics. Ancelotti added, "When you're a Real Madrid coach, criticism is normal when things don't go well. It's something that doesn't affect me." Stand by for your sports roundup. This is where we dock for the night. Much appreciated for tuning in. Do catch us on the morrow for the Primetime News Midweek Edition. Primetime News strives to deliver unfiltered and unbiased events within and beyond Namibian borders. Feel free to engage with us in the comment section on how best we can improve on this and other offerings. After all, excellence is an ongoing exercise. That's said from myself, Michael Medimba, and the dedicated creatives that ensure this production comes to life. It's good night.